Hello friends, my name's TheRealEmile and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 5. In today's video we're rounding off the early Hot Hatch Championship with possibly my favourite car in the world. No joke. This is the 1997 Honda Civic Type R and I love it, chiefly among which because, look, the driving seat's on the right side. No, it's not just that. I think this is an absolutely fantastic looking car. It also drives absolutely beautifully. And seriously, there's virtually no understeer in this car. It's fantastic. This one has been built before. I've used it in a few online lobbies. I think it's pretty good from what I remember. It's extremely quick. So I won't bother tuning it, and we'll take it to Silverstone because I don't think we've ever been to Silverstone on one of these. So let's do it. Why not? So, yeah, the Civic Type R being my possibly favourite car in the world ever. I bet none of you was expecting that, were you? No, I just love... Don't get me wrong, I love the new Civic Type R. No, I like it. You know, 306 horsepower from a front-wheel drive car is mental. Almost 170 miles an hour in a straight line. Absolutely mental, spot on, perfect. But I can't help but feeling I wish they would sort of go back to this type of Civic Type R. This is the much more down-to-earth Civic. This has 182 horsepower stock. I presume this one has a little bit more. Like I said, I don't actually remember when this was built. Does it have more than 182? 194. There you go, not that much. As you can see, it's getting mullered in a straight line. But, there we go. Yeah, I love this car. I just wish they'd sort of go back to this one. It's a simple hot hatch, but it's a very, very good one. And the first concern with this car is handling. You know, with the new Civic Type Rs, it's all about the speed. And that's why it's so good round the Nürburgring and so on. But this car was just truly all about handling. And that's why it handles so brilliantly. Ooh, there we go. You can get oversteer out of this. It seriously does not handle like any front wheel drive car I've ever driven before. My love affair with the Civic Type R started on Forza Motorsport 4. I actually got recommended one of these. You know, they said try it, you know, it'll be better than you'll expect, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll try it, why not? And I fell in love with it. I've got a C-Class one, and it's an extremely quick car. It's, yeah, monstrously fast. I used to actually give them out to people, just so they could have a go in them, because no one really talks about the Civic Type R here in the Forza community, especially as a race car. Sure, in Forza 4, it was I think it was the leaderboard car actually, so a few people recognised it. But in this game, it's painfully underused. A lot of people would opt to use the Golf R32 or something like that over this, and I would recommend using this. I keep smacking cars, I really should stop doing that. But yeah, this absolutely has my seal of approval. Go out there and try it. Actually, it's also extremely cheap as well. The Golf R32, I can't quite remember how much the base price of that is. I believe it's somewhere in the region about 35 grand. The Clio we had on last time, that retails for, I believe that's actually the same price as this, 19,000 credits. That's not much at all. Even with the base game, you get 31,000 each time you level up. You know, 10,000 XP, is the Civic worth it? Yeah, seriously, give the Civic a go. I highly praise it. Hence why it's in my racing livery, which is currently being scraped off. And I'm being told my control batteries are low. All fantastic signs. Yes, it's getting mullered in a straight line, isn't it? The problem you've got with this car nowadays is Forza's... there we go. As you can see, there's a bit of lift off oversteer. You sort of just got to keep your foot planted in there. The problem with Forza, at least on this one, is it doesn't have enough short tracks. And the only short tracks they've got are stupid ones. They've got the Silverstone short one, which is like a minute but it's got like 3 corners in it. They've got the Catalunya Skull Circuit, which is, you don't get over 100 on that. They need to bring back tracks like Iberian. You know, tracks where a car like this, a peppy little car, not a lot of straight line speed, but a hell of a lot of handling and good brakes if you can actually get it stopped into a corner. I'm not really making a case for this car. I should probably not have drunk that entire bottle of vodka before I got in the car today. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I would recommend giving the Civic a go, although I will say it was much more effective on 4. I haven't actually really done much with the car in this game. I don't really know why, to be perfectly honest with you, but I haven't used the Civic as much as I normally would in a Forza game, which is a bit odd for me. Usually I use this thing all the time in Forza 4, but maybe I'm just sort of taking a break from it on this game. In fact, to give you an idea of the extent of the problem, this one was pre-built, but I've only just done some tuning to it. Apparently it hasn't helped it. I basically just do what I usually do with tuning, which is drop the ride height and shorten the gear ratios, which is 2 things I recommend you guys do to pretty much every car you race. I usually neglect to, because, well, I'm just too busy for it. But if you're going properly racing online, I would recommend shortening your gear ratios to get the maximum amount of the car you can. Most of the time on Forza, with the racing gearboxes especially, the gears will just get extended out to ridiculous heights. Like on this, the gears were extended out so it could do 200 miles an hour. The problem is, it's only got 194 horsepower. There is no way you can do 200 miles an hour with 194 horsepower. At least no way I can think of. Unless you're like, I don't know, strap that engine to a scooter. You know, there's no way you can do that, so yeah, shorten gear ratios, lower your ride height, and that'll do it. Right, let's see how much paint I've scraped off the side of it. It doesn't look too bad. This is actually, yeah, it's quite badly dented, isn't it? But we didn't rewind, that's the important part. Yeah, this is sort of my official, well, not official really, this is my racing livery for the cars on this game. This is the one I usually run. I quite like it. It's bright, it's got lots of colours in it, it's got stripes, it's easy to replicate, it's got my number on it, that's about it. I was tempted to throw the TRE decal from the intro car, or sorry, channel trailer car, but I didn't end up doing that. Ooh, we haven't done autocross. Autocross is good in this car, or will be good in this car, should I say. Yeah, that's from the channel trailer car. If you guys haven't seen the channel trailer, just pop on over and have a look at it. I think it's pretty good, personally. There's 1 or 2 improvements that need doing in it, granted, but I think it's pretty good. I'd love to find out the name of the song from it. Unfortunately, YouTube sort of stopped telling me what song it is, which is brilliant. So, yeah, that's happening. It's also got some blue in this as well. That's why I quite like this purple colour. But yeah, on the channel trailer, the official Real Emile car, I guess you could say, is a Ford Focus ST, actually, which had to have just a plethora of handling upgrades on it. What's that? For what? Why? Has the internet died? Oh god. Right. Apparently this Civic isn't particularly built very well. I'm not the smartest person in the world, it would appear, when it comes to building cars. There we go. The rear end does like to step out on this one, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't care. I still love this car to death. I'm definitely going to play around with the tuning and make one at some point. I've wanted to make a video on this car for ages, but I didn't want to do it until I had all the proper equipment and everything. That's how much I love this car. I didn't have my finger on the brake trigger for some strange reason. Okay, the internet's here. I don't know why it stopped installation. Is my hard drive died? I'm not sure. I've got a 2TB hard drive hooked up to my Xbox One, because the 500GB thing it comes with is nowhere near enough. It really isn't. So it's got a 2TB hard drive. It's a Seagate thing, which apparently Seagate isn't a particularly good brand, Boy, I'm focusing. Yeah. Ah. Seagate isn't a particularly good brand, but you know, I needed some. It was extremely cheap as well. It was like 50 quid for a 2 GB one, which is how many dollars would that be? That's like $60, 65 maybe. It isn't bad for a 2 TB hard drive. So yeah, I got that one. I could have had some other ones. There was like a Samsung one for double the price, so I thought I'm not shelling out for that. So yeah, what time do we have to be? 2:45. Yeah. The Civic is just an awesome car, though. Seriously, try it out. You'll like it. I assure you. Ooh. And I do hope to actually drive a car well. That would be a nice thing to have. I'm sorry, it's late. There you go. That's my excuse. It's like 2 o'clock. It's ridiculous. It's also ridiculously hot in here, and I can't have my fan on while I record because it comes across on the microphone. And I can't have my window open because there's usually two twits. Yeah, I'll call them twits instead of twats. Drag racing something outside. It's usually a Skyline R33 versus just some horrible whatever else you can get. I like the R33 Skyline. I don't think I do anymore, but after it's keeping you up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I like the R33 Skyline. It's an alright car. And across the line, 2 minutes, not a problem in the Civic. So I have enjoyed driving this car immensely. This car gives me extreme joy. Look at it. It's the best looking car ever. Well, no, it's not. It's not. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's beautiful personally. I know a lot of people don't particularly like the Civic Type R in the way it looks, but I think this looks pretty fantastic in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to really say about it. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. Go drive it. In fact, the most beautiful car in the world is, of course, the new Aston Martin Vanquish. Anyway, that's much better than the E-Type Jag. I'm not going to say anyway this time because I've said it way too many times in this video. Yeah, my hopes of having a professional Civic video sort of got dashed. So anyway, that's it from the Civic. That's it from me. And more importantly, that's it from this early hot hatch playthrough. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I'm not particularly competent at video making, and I hope to see you all next time. Anyway, friends, my name's been TheRealEmile, and until next time, farewell.